feed the bead all the way down, and you want to get it close up to the other bead. And then we're going to grab our tassel, and the tassels that are included, you'll see there's a little spot at the top right here. You want to just poke your needle underneath there and pull your cord. Oop. Just make sure it doesn't get tangled or anything. So you pull your cord all the way through. Now, don't worry here, if you put a second bead, if you end up putting another, you know, say one of the 8 mil beads on here, or 2 that size, that's fine. Do not tie a knot in between them. You just, because what we need to do now is take our needle, and you have to feed the needle and the cord back through. Now, some beads have larger holes. This one actually doesn't have a hole that's that much bigger, so it's pretty tight to get the cord through twice, but you can still get it through. And then what you want to do is make sure that it's tight, give it a pull, and make sure. I sometimes feed it back up. There we go. So it's tight against the other bead, and the tassel is hanging nicely. So now, before we put on another bead, we want to tie another knot and make sure it's really tight to here. So again, around, but you've probably got the hang of this by now, I'm sure. And then go in underneath, tight up against that bead, grab the cord, pull it back, and make sure you tie it tight, or get it tight around the end of those pliers. And then you want to slide it down. And remember, I forgot to mention before, it's really important to continue stretching that cord as you're working along, and making sure that all of your knots are as tight as you can get it. I mean, your first molly you make is not going to be perfect, and I suppose that's a little bit of the beauty in it, but just take your time and breathe through it. The whole process is meant to be meditative as well. I know the first mala I made, I attempted to make, I was so frustrated, and I just thought, this isn't the right energy to be putting into this. So I set it down, I cut it apart, and I went back to it. It actually was 2 months later, but so here, I'll show you one more. I'll do one more knot here. Make sure you get it really tight up against there. Give it a good pull, and there you have it. So like I said, you can put another bead in between here. Just make sure that the hole is big enough, but in your kit, I'll have made sure that that's the case. So I guess I will finish the rest of the mala, and then I will show you how to tie it at the end.